Irma had all of the perfect ingredients. It was like the perfect storm for San Marco to flood. Ingredient number one, basically we had a 2-day nor'easter. Why is that significant? Because the St. Johns River has to flow out, basically flows to the east and to the northeast. If there's a nor'easter, the ocean is being pushed into the St. Johns River. Even before technically Irma hits, with its surge, the St. Johns River is at about 1 to 2 feet above normal. San Marco is so low. Once water gets over, let's say, River Road, it actually flows down into San Marco. And so there's ingredient number two, and that is the rain. The rain was a big deal. Not only the rain, but the timing of the rain. Just as we were reaching high tide and the highest storm surge from Irma was hitting. So that ingredient number three, the storm surge from Irma.
You had a storm surge, a high tide, and a full moon all at the same time. You kind of expect maybe a block or two from the river would be flooded. I'm talking blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in were just totally flooded. And then when you get that much water, it also impacts sewer systems. And suddenly you see sewers, just like a gusher. It's a wake-up call. I'm not trying to be an alarmist, but we need to be prepared for more of those storms. And everybody's in a flood zone. Some people say I'm not in a flood zone. Everybody's in a flood zone. Downtown, Channel 12. Y'all were practically had to swim to get into Channel 12. It was horrendous.
I've never seen it like this. No one's ever seen it like this.
By and large, most people have been very patient and very understanding. But sometimes when they're down, I know you're down, and my heart goes out to you, but this is why they're called catastrophes. I think San Marco is rising to the occasion. And you know what? In a funny sort of a way, when these type of things happen, it pulls communities together. You get to know your neighbors a little better. They're right in the boat with you.
It's been awful here because this has been, every time you turn around, it's flooded again. The road holds the water. It's kind of like a retention pond. Just raising the road level so the road doesn't flood doesn't help when you're in an older infill community, because then you just flood all the structures. We're planning a third pump station, which is right down here on LaSalle, to help pump out rainwater. The challenge that we have is if you're talking about storm surge events. If the river breaches the bulkhead, we've got a problem.